What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Last episode we built ourselves the starter base. This episode what we need to do is we need to get all of the resources from our respawn ship over this base so we can get that broken down. Also, we need to set up a platform for building other ships and whatever else I can try to figure out to get into today's episode. But let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so last episode, or actually in between episodes, I went ahead and ground down the part of the respawn ship that does not have inventory. I also went ahead and left the batteries, allowing these batteries over here to charge, and they should be fully recharged, so we can go ahead and get rid of those batteries now. Solar, yeah, we don't have any sun. We're gonna have to wait for the sun to come back around so we get some more power. But with the 3 batteries that we have, we should have plenty of power for this little station. And then hopefully next episode we'll go ahead and get into building a large station. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. Also a tether. Oh, we still got a long way to go. But anyways, so right now I'm a little bit sick. I think I'm actually coming down with the flu, so I'm having some chest problems. It's kind of difficult for me to breathe. So every once in a while you might hear me stop talking to take a breath. And I might also do some cuts so that way I can cough and other stuff like that. But what I need to do first is we need to empty out all the resources that are in these items. The refinery. Do I still have the assembler? Yes, I do. And the cargo container. We need to get that transferred from here all the way to this base, which, since I have a sorting system set up, I should just be able to connect them and they should automatically pull. Not everything's going to pull, but most of it will. So what we need to do is get conveyors laid out. I need to come over, looks like to the right. And then we need to go down. And then once this, the old ship is completely emptied out, we can go ahead and grind that down for the resources. And then I guess the next thing we'll do is we'll try to figure out how to get ourselves ships crafted up quickly, or built. Alright, let's try an elbow here. And 8. God damn, being sick, my brain just does not want to work. But I'm gonna try to get through this. We'll see how well that goes. Alright, let's go ahead and get these welded up real quick. And then as soon as the last one is welded up, everything should start pulling. Oh, interior plate. Interior plate and small steel too. Alright, let's go ahead. Oh, I need to make more. Holy shit. Alright, production. Make sure we have the correct assembler. I think it is number 2. I need to rename some stuff. Alright, let's get some interior plates. Okay, I still have iron. I was kind of worried there for a second. Alright, let's go ahead and grab those interior plates. And finish up the conveyors. Alright, now that we have those, everything should start pulling. The first thing that's going to pull is probably the components. And yep, there they go. So the few things that are not going to pull. We have the medium cargo container. So all the components that are inside of that, everything that's in that will automatically pull. In the refinery, the ingots will pull. But the ore would not if we did have ore in the refinery. So we would have to do that by hand. With the assembler, I'm not 100% sure if any of that is going to pull. But I don't think it does. I don't think the ingots will pull. We'll have to put that into the cargo container. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. Let's go ahead and grab that PDA. Yeah, see? Not pulling. So we'll go ahead and put it in the medium cargo container, and now it is going to pull. So if we go into the inventory, let's go ahead and double check, make sure everything is emptied out. Oh, O2 generator. Hold on. Alright, so that's one on the base. I think I already pulled out all the ice from the other one. Yeah, I think we're good. So what I want to do right now is make sure that everything is sorting where it's supposed to go. Of course, the ore, we don't have any. Ingots. Looks like we're good on that. And then the components. Tools, weapons, ammo. And the ice, if we actually did have some to transfer over. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and grind this down. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. It's going to take me a little bit, but not too long. So what I'll do is, let's say I fill my inventory. Just like that. I'll just come to this connector right here because this is where the sorting system starts. And just drop everything into there. And it will automatically sort out. So let me go ahead and get all this grounded down before my voice gives out. And we'll be right back. Alright, so what I want to do is go ahead and make sure that all my bottles are also filled up. I was kind of getting low just a little bit. Alright, there we go. So one thing I want to do right now is with the components that we have, having a little bit of issue keeping up with everything that I'm building. So what I would like to do is set up a quota. One thing we could also do is if we go into production, if I had more assemblers, I could actually set them to automatically process some of these components by going to this one right here. If we mark that, it's repeat mode. So what we do is we tell the assembler to craft up 100 of each item, and then we turn that on, and it will continue to process that component until it runs out of resources. But there is one thing that we could do right now is I could go ahead and put down a program block and use the only script that I actually ever use. It's called Tim's. Now, unfortunately, none of the ones that are on the Steam Workshop are actually working, or at least I haven't been able to find one. I haven't gone through all of them. There's like, I don't even know. There's like 200 Tims out there. All of them work differently. Most of them, all they do is they just delete the stuff that doesn't work. But I do have it set up in a notepad. So let me go ahead and copy that real quick, and then we'll get that into the program block. So if you take a look right here in my documents, I have one right here, a text document that is called Tim. So we'll go ahead and open that, and let me go ahead and drag it over. What I'm going to do is we're just going to go ahead and highlight everything. Then we're going to hit copy and then try to paste it into Space Engineers. Now there is an easier way to do this to where it just highlights everything. I have to figure, I don't know how to use that, so this is the way I do it for now until I can get that figured out. At some point, I never really had a use for it, so I never worried about it. So what we're going to do is copy, go back into Space Engineers, come over to the program block, go into edit, go ahead and delete everything that's in there right now, or just highlight it. Then we'll go ahead and hit Control V, and there we go. Now we have the script in there. What I could do is I could actually set the quotas in the script. If we go ahead and scroll down, these are the quotas for the items. Now you'll notice we'll do bulletproof glass as just an example. It says that 50 bulletproof glass is 2% of the quota. If you do the math, I'm too sick to do the math right now. But if you did the math, you'll figure out the number that it will actually produce. So what I would do is I would change that percentage number to 100% on each one of the items. Then I would go through each item and figure out how much I wanted to produce of each. But we're not going to worry about that because there is something else that we can go... Oh, hold on. I forgot to check the code. Alright, I think it should run. Yep, I think it's good. Alright, let's go ahead and go back into edit. Check code. There we go. Compilation is successful. That's how we know that it's actually running correctly. God, I am so sick right now. I was probably too sick to make this video, but we'll try to struggle through it. So another option that I have in order to set the quota is I can get myself an LCD screen. So what we'll do is we'll grab one of the transparent ones from the DLC and we'll go ahead and weld that up. I think I'm gonna need glass. Yep, I'm gonna need glass. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that right now. Alright, there we go. And let's go ahead and weld that up, make sure it's turned the right way. Alright, there we go. Now, the new glass panels from the DLC, I really do like how they are transparent. It does get a little bit difficult when people make these windows and then you think that it's actually an exit. I've seen a few people actually run into them. But what we want to do is this LCD, we want to go ahead and change the name. We'll go ahead and keep it LCD. Then what we want to do is we want this to show the quota, so that way we can go ahead and change it. The way we're going to do that is with bracket, then Tim. I have to remember how to do this. Then space, quota, and then semicolon. Then what resource we want to set the quota for. So we're going to be doing component. Yeah, my brain just is not working at the moment. And then in bracket. And now everything should show up on the screen. So now we can go into that. If we go into edit text. There it is. And right here is where we can change all the quotas. So what I need to do is I need to go ahead and change all those values to 100%. And then figure out what I want my quotas to be. We're going to set it pretty low for right now because we only have one assembler. But later on we can set it a little bit higher because I will have like 25 assemblers at some point. So let me go ahead and get this done real quick so I'm not wasting you guys' time, and then I'll show you what I come up with. Alright, now that we have the screen set up, what we need to do now is to set up the assembler. So we'll go back into the control panel, find the assembler, and all I need to do is name it. Now there's a couple different ways to do this, but what we're going to do, since we only have one assembler, is we're going to do bracket, Tim, auto, and then end bracket. Now what that's going to do is it's going to tell the assembler to automatically produce components until it reaches the quota numbers, which are those ones right there. Now, as long as we have resources, this thing will continue to produce. But it's going to be slow. It's not going to be the best. But eventually that quota will get done. We are going to need more resources though. In order to get more resources, more ore, we're going to need ourselves a miner. But what I want to do is I want to set up a permanent system so that way we can just build ships whenever we want. Since we are on the moon and there is gravity, there might come a time when I do destroy or damage the miner, so I'll have to rebuild another one. So that's why I want to set up a permanent system so we can build one anytime that we want. So what I need to do first is I'm going to need a conveyor system. So I'm going to go ahead and dig underneath the platform to that conveyor junction right there. If I can actually make it to it. I might, actually, let's do it this way. I'll go ahead.
Inventory full.
Oh, inventory full. And I think that steel plate just fell through the world. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get rid of some resources real quick. And this is going to help me keep the line straight, trying to get to that conveyor. Alright, so what we need to do is I actually need to go down deep enough for 2 blocks. So we'll just hold down the right mouse button until we get about 2 blocks deep. Actually, I think that's a little too much. Yeah, that's alright. Better to be too much than not enough. Alright, where's our conveyor? Right here. And there it is. So I think this will work. Alright, hopefully that's gonna work. Alright, so what I need to do now is I need to make space for welders. So we'll come out a little bit on each side. And make sure that we're down 2 blocks. Same on this side. Alright, now that we got that, we need to go ahead and get rid of the blocks where the welders are going to be. I probably only need 2 since we're using the dual welders. English is not my best language. Luckily, I speak another one, but I don't speak that one very well either. Alright, so now what we need to do is go ahead and lead conveyors all the way to that area. So we'll go ahead and control 2. I think I need to grab resources. Yep, I'm going to be, interior plates. That's right, I did put those away. So let's go ahead and grab our interior plates. And it's nice to hear this assembler running. What else am I going to need for... Hold on. Construction, small motor. So I don't have any construction. And it looks like I'm overweight. Hold on. We don't need computers. And we don't need the glass or the displays. There we go. That should be good enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lead a row of conveyors all the way to where we're going to be putting a rotor so we can put a projection on it. So, oh, wrong one. 8. Now I need another elbow. And then we'll just come back and put a conveyor junction where the rotor is going to be. And then the rotor will just sit on top of the conveyor junction because we need to go both ways. So we'll put a conveyor junction here, and this is what we can connect the welders to. So control 1, let's go ahead and find the welder. And there we are, the twin welders. Now all we need to do is make sure that the access point is matched up with the conveyor junction. It looks like right there it will be. Then also we'll grab the rotor. We'll go ahead and put that on the conveyor junction. And then we'll go ahead and grind down the head, go into the control panel, and add a small head to that rotor. So we'll find the rotor, which is this one right here. Add small head. Now all I need to do is go ahead and get all that welded up. Then we can put the blocks back. Then we need to set up a button panel and a projection. Actually, that reminds me. Let's go ahead and grab the projector as well. So what I'll do is face it that way. So we need to find the top, which is right there. Oh, no, wrong one. There we go. Okay, it's not that one. It's... God damn it, would you just get where I want you to go? Thank you. Alright, now we're trying to find the front. There we go. Alright, so I just need to get all this welded up, and then we can go ahead and place the blocks. We'll go ahead and also put down a button panel somewhere. And then we'll go ahead and try to build ourselves a new mining ship. Alright, so I'm just getting the places, or the blocks placed. Make sure... I hope the drills are actually going to be high enough. If not, we're going to have to start this over. But just trying to get these blocks into place so that way the projection actually connects. There we go. Now, I hope that the welders are going to be strong enough, but what we need to do now is set up a button panel. I'll probably need some resources for that, but we'll see. I guess, yeah, we'll need interior plates. Then I need to figure out the best place to put it. Now, the... what else do we need? Oh yeah, computer. Let me grab that real quick. The best place to put this would be pretty far from the welders, because the welders are pretty strong. They do reach. So I think if we put it over here, it should be out of the way. I'm hoping. But yeah, let's go into the control panel. Now we need to go to the welders. We need to set those up in a group. So we'll just call that welders for now. Oh, might help if I actually spelled it correctly. Let's go ahead and save that one. Then we'll go ahead and delete this one. So delete. There we go. Now what we need to do is go into the button, hit K, and then we'll go into groups and put the welders down. Toggle block on and off. And now we're ready to try it. But just in case, actually, there's one thing I do need to do. Let's go ahead and go into the rotor and make sure that the rotor is locked. There we go. And just in case, just to be on the safe side, we'll go ahead and put the braking torque up. Alright, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and make sure that we are saved, just in case anything goes wrong, and turn the welders turn the welders on. Now the only thing I'm worried about is it's not going to be high enough for the drills. But I guess we'll find out. Actually, I think I just built one. Yep, I think we're going to be good. But we're probably going to be missing resources. I don't want to get any closer than I am right now. I think we're probably going to be missing stuff for the thrusters. Sounds like some of them built. Not all of them. Alright, let's go ahead and wait for the ship to finish. And then we'll move on. Alright, so what I need to do right now, it did stop. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to finish something. Let's go ahead and go to these thrusters and see what we're missing. We're missing metal grid. Looks like we're missing a lot of metal grids. So it takes 10 metal grids for each thruster. It looks like we're missing 3, 4. Looks like we're also missing motors as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's just 11. So we're going to need 110 metal grids. And then also motors as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into the assembler. What I want to do right now is we're going to go ahead and take away the TIM auto. Or it's just going to change stuff on us. Then we'll go ahead and go into production. I think we're missing iron. Wrapped up 200. Yeah, I think we're out of iron. Well, damn. Are we out of nickel? No, we got nickel. But yeah, iron is going to be the problem. So what I need to do in order to be able to finish that up, let's also go ahead and tell the assembler to... Alright, let's try this again. Tell the assembler to go ahead and make the motors. I'll go ahead and do a little bit of mining, try to get that iron, and see if we can't finish that ship. Alright, so I can't really tell, but I think everything might be done. Let's go ahead and turn on the welders real quick. Yeah, I think that's all that we can build. Let's go ahead and I grabbed some uranium. Let's go ahead and get that into the reactor if I can get to the access point. Which, nope. Well, the cockpit should be conveyed up, so I should be able to go in the reactor from here and pass it through. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Alright, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go into the control panel. And we're going to check the projector to make sure that it is complete. And it looks like it is. Then we'll go ahead and go through and make sure everything was actually built. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in red, so I think we're good. So now we can go ahead and disconnect this from the station. And hopefully nothing blows up. Alright, there we go. Now let's go ahead and see how this thing works on the moon's surface. Alright, let's also go into the detector and... oh, it is already up. It's only got a range of 2.5 kilometers, but we should be close enough to be seeing some ores. Well, apparently not. Is it on? It is on. Yeah, it's on. It should be seeing stuff because there was stuff within 1 kilometer. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe because it's the one that's space only. I might have to switch out the... well, no, that makes no sense. Alright, what I'm going to have to do real quick is I'm going to have to build a large detector. I'll go ahead and build one right here real quick, and then we'll see if we can find all of those resources. Alright, so something I figured out about the ore detector mod. The problem that we're having is back in the day when it was only one piece, if we go into the ore detector right now, you'll see there's like 4 different types. Now what they are is the ore detector and then the ore detector weak, azimuth ore detector space only, azimuth ore detector weak space only. The reason for this is whenever you're on a planet, this thing would cause tons of lag. So what they did was they made a weaker one for when you're on planets and moons, and then another one for when you're in space. I thought it would still work, but apparently this one that's for space only does not work on a moon or planet. But now we are seeing some of the ores, but we're not seeing all of them. Which means what I need to do is I need to switch out the ore detector on this ship as well. Which kind of makes me wonder how much of a distance will that have. But at least we do have some iron down here, which is the most important one I'm going to need to find. So what I want to do is I don't want to go straight down, because here pretty soon we're probably going to be extremely heavy. I do have a lot of thrust, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But a lot of the times people don't worry about putting a lot of forward thrust on their ships. So you want to be careful about going straight down. Alright, let's see. Do we see the iron yet? No. Alright, this is where it said the iron was, and we just passed it. Oh, there it is. I guess I dug right through it. It's a really thin... Yeah, it's a really thin ore. Or, node. Whatever you want to call it. Vein. But yeah, that's what I need to do, is I need to go ahead and dig this out. With the miner that I have, it's really easy because I make my miner small enough so that way I can fit in little areas like this. But it looks like it might be a little bit long, so what I want to do... Go ahead and back out just a little bit and widen this hole just a little. Alright, so now we should have a big enough hole that we can turn around easily. Yeah, I think we're good. So now we can start digging out this this vein, which looks kind of weirdly shaped, but yeah, we should be able to get to it. And look what I created. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get this iron. There's cobalt, nickel. We did see platinum, I think in last episode. It's around here somewhere. So I did have the space only ore detector on the respawn ship, and it worked. So what I think I'd have to do is maybe there's something, because I built the detector while it was on a planet or a moon. So what I think I might have to do is go back up into space and then come back down and see if it works. I don't know. I might have to switch out the ore detector. But yeah, so I got a little bit of mining ahead of me. I need to go around and see if I can find the other ores that we're looking for. Next episode, what we'll get into is, I guess we'll start building our permanent base. Oh, Well, they just now showed up and then disappeared again. Okay, ore detector's having trouble. But yeah, next episode we'll go ahead and worry about starting our permanent base, which is going to have a tether and all that. But until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.